everyone, my name is Felicia and I'm the founder of Business Multiplier. I started Business Multiplier back in 2018, and that was when I came out of corporate and I didn't feel like I wanted to go back to corporate life. I wanted to find a passion career, something meaningful, something I can really enjoy doing and be passionate about for the rest of my life. And that was when I started thinking what to do. And I dabbled a little bit of corporate training, got a lot of large names, very big corporations as a client. But after a while, I didn't find it as fulfilling. A little bit about my background. So I spent many years, more than a decade, climbing the corporate ladder. The classic story, right? From a junior salesperson all the way up to part of management. So my last role in corporation was Vice President of Training and Communications. And that was when I was spending quite a bit of time training more than 100 salespeople and doing a little bit of informal internal coaching with the sales leaders. And I enjoyed it pretty much. But little did I know that it will be very useful and contributed to what I'm doing right now with the business. Interestingly, the story that converted me to business coaching was not even about the story of the business making triple revenue or things like that. It was the story of this law firm owner who was my mentor's client. She was a business coach that had been running it for more than 10 years. And this law firm owner made more money than she can spend in this lifetime, probably. But she went crying to my mentor because the husband just called her a horrible mother. How painful is that? And it was really because, as a business owner, she never had this thing called work-life balance. She never had time for the family. So that was a very interesting story for me because after 1 year of going through business coaching, finally she can strike that balance and be present as a mother, as a wife in the family. And to me, if I can help business owners achieve that balance between their business as well as their family life, that is something fulfilling. That is something I can do for the rest of my life. So that was the beginning, and now it has been 6 years now. Time really flies, and now it has become a life calling. So if people ask me, how long more are you going to do this? I will say, as long as I can. I answer this very confidently. You see, a lot of the coaches or consultants that you see, they normally specialize in either the brain side of things, numbers driven, talking about sales strategy, marketing strategy, systems, processes. Now, the other side of things is the heart side of things. It's about the people. It's about building your team and about growing the business owner as well. Most of the time, what I see in the market, people are very good at one side. They excel at it. But what we find after Business Multiplier has been working now for quite a number of business owners, you actually need both sides. Unless you have this balance between having the strategies, changing mindset, but also awakening the hearts of the people in the business, you will not achieve the outcome that we want, which is to multiply your business profit, even your entities, across the period of 12 months. So how do we ensure that our coaching is aligned with the client's needs and goals? This conversation, in fact, starts way before they even become a client. Normally, when a business owner comes to us, they either have a problem to solve or they have a goal that they want to achieve. But for some reason, despite trying their best to achieve it, they are just not making progress. So this is why we first always start with a discovery call, where the client shares with us about their goals, their dreams. What's the big dream? Sometimes they forget. And after which, when they decide that they want our help and they sign up as a client, we always start with the first meeting called the alignment session. And the alignment session is when we discuss and help the clients get absolute clarity on what they want out of the business. Is it to really grow and scale until they are ready to retire? Is it to prepare for when they do not want to run the business anymore? You see, a lot of business owners are passionate. They want to start the business, but they never think about the exit plan. Sometimes the business owners also come to us with a very simple goal. They have been striving very hard and they are still the primary driver of the business. They are tired. They feel that they will be burned out soon and they want a change. Sometimes they also come to us with a very clear goal. Fel, I want to run this business for 5 more years. And after that, I want to sell it. And I want to sell it for a lot of money, which is justifiable considering how many years, all the blood, sweat, and tears that I've put into the business. And because we start with this alignment session, the rest of the coaching journey will be structured. We establish plans every 90 days, sometimes not just with the business owner, but also with the team. So everyone on that business is aligned on where they are heading and how we are going to get there. I have this client, long-term client that has become a very dear friend by now. He has been our client since my first year in business. Can you imagine that? Since my first year in business. And until now, he's still a client. And I can foresee that we will continue this relationship, this journey together for many years to come. Because every year, the focus changes. He came to me because the business was generating pretty decent revenue, but not much profit. And it felt like he was working the hardest in the company, but he was working so hard to pay salary for his team, while he himself sometimes will tend to take a lower pay. And despite putting the extra hours, he will try to justify because he has so many team members that are depending on him. So the first year, we worked a lot on improving sales and profitability. Because at the end of the day, you're running a business. You should be able to reap that rewards. If you're working the hardest, but then all the money goes to your team and you're taking barely anything, then something is definitely wrong. So the first year, improving profitability, it was growing pretty well. The second year, we focused on the team, trying to come up with structures, recruitment strategies. How do we find the right kind of people? We work also on the positioning of the company. So after a number of years in business, you can see some of his testimonial videos. He has done multiple videos for us. But the line that I find very rewarding is not about the profit doubling or the growing of the revenue. It is the fact that he used to get into trouble whenever he goes on family holidays because the phone just doesn't stop ringing. So obviously then his wife will not be happy because they have 3 young kids. What's the point of having family holiday when you're on your phone the whole time? But the most recent family holiday, it was quite a long trip. Apparently he mentioned that his phone barely rang for anything that is work related. And to me, that is a rewarding experience. I have so many client stories to share. Another story that I really love was when this young, beautiful, capable business owner came to me, and she was at the point where she was feeling a little bit lost. She didn't know how far more the business can go and how much more can she grow. At that point of time, it was just her and 2 part-time staff. And Zoom, a few years on, and now she has a thriving team of 30 to 40 people. She has her own office building apparently, and she has a retail front instead of just an online fashion business. The biggest fulfillment for me is to see her evolve, to see her transform from this young girl unsure of what her true potential is to now a very, very confident lady entrepreneur, being able to hold her own, managing a huge team, and even grooming her leaders. And that is probably why I do what I do, to see this kind of transformation. Well, it really depends on what problems do you have and what are your goals. Some business owners have very simple goals. My business is not very profitable. I want to have more profit. Some business owners have big dreams. Fel, I want my brand to be a global brand. We get excited working with this kind of business owner. Some business owners have given many years of their life building the business, and now they're at a point where they don't know what's next. If they want to stop running the business in a few years, is it just going to die a slow, painful death? Or is it going to get sold for $10 million so that it is worth your time building the business. So again, the benefit really depends on whatever your goals are, but why work with a business coach? To me, it is an accelerator of your outcome. You may be able to reach your end destination on your own, but we make the journey faster usually, and less painful, and more fun, less lonely, because a lot of the time as the business owner, when you have problems, who do you talk to? Can you talk to your people? Oh no, it looks like we don't have enough sales to survive the next 3 months. No, you can't. You can talk to us, the coaches, and most of the time we can guide you, ask you questions to the point where you can find the answers for yourself. Or if you really are stuck, sometimes we come up with a few answers that you can choose from. So to summarize, why do people work with business coaches? Like I said, to make the journey more fun, more fruitful, more fulfilling, which is the 3F that we always aim for all our clients and partners. This is an interesting question. Are all businesses perfect for coaching? Not necessarily. For us, our ideal businesses that we love to work with are business owners who are ready for a change. They have done things a certain way, they reach a certain level of outcome, now they are ready to achieve massive improvements. Number 2, business owners who are open to external opinions. Because we have also met business owners who say, nah, I know my business best, I know everything. Well, we can't really pour water to a glass that is already full. So again, business owners, they're open to external opinion, that's one. We also love working with businesses with big dreams. The bigger the dream, the happier we are, because that means it gets more exciting for us and the story will be even more rewarding. On the flip side though, if you are a business owner who feels you are not ready for a change, I have met so many who are so fixed in their ways that they are not even open to see a different side of the same picture. Then most of the time, coaching may not be a good fit for you because it will make you extremely comfortable and it will also make it a little bit more painful for us, even though we are very patient people. But again, if you are ready for a change, you've had enough of all your hardships, your issues, you're ready for the big dream, you want to do something, you want to gain clarity on where you are heading, then you probably are a good fit for business coaching. Most clients come to us for 3 things. Number 1 is to multiply their profit and revenue. Maybe they have been achieving a steady growth of 10-20%. Well, now they are ready for the big jump. We have had multiple track records of being able to clients more than double their revenue, not just profit, revenue, within 12 months, if you are the right type of clients. The next thing is to build a valuable, sellable business. You may not want to sell this business in the next 1 to 3 years, maybe only when you want to retire. But no matter when you want to sell this business, you have to build a valuable, sellable business. And this is one of the areas that we focus on to make sure that one of the key drivers, the business is not dependent on the business owner. As long as the business is still highly dependent on the business owner, it is a high-risk investment for potential buyer. It is a risk of burnout for the business owner. And it is very hard to scale because a lot of the things are still in the business owner's brain. The third area that a lot of clients come to us for is how do you build an engaged team, a strong culture in the team to the point where they are able to run the business profitably without you, to the point where they can passionately be productive and run the show without the boss. Does that sound like a dream come true? Well, you know what to do. Well, it depends. It can be as short as a couple of months. I think the shortest one that we've done was just to run a simple team coaching program because the sales team had issue meeting their KPI. So we run it for 12 weeks. We are done. After we left, apparently they had the most sales award winning happening in the whole history of the agency. So we have done something as short as that, but most clients come to us because they see this as a long-term thing. Coaching is not an overnight success. Nobody comes to us, have one session and double their business. It doesn't happen that way. You can't go to a 2-day boot camp and then you have 6 packs for the rest of your life. It doesn't work that way. Coaching is something that can generate results over time, because along the journey we will find more things, more ways to enhance, more strategies together. And the other part is there has to be a change most of the time, also in the business owner. So it does take time. Some of our clients have been with us from the first year in business until now. Some of our clients have been with us for a couple of years, but we see that it will be many more years to go. But most clients will stay with us for at least a year to see significant change. Most of the time, it is very quantifiable. We have had, like I said, many stories of people multiplying their revenue and profit within 12 months if they are the right type of clients. Other times, it can be a time commitment thing. The business owner used to work 72 hours a week. 72 hours a week. And now they are working the normal 40 hours a week, but then the business is making more money. Sometimes you can see it from the size of the team. We have had clients that grew from having 2 team members to 40 in a few years. We have also clients who already started with 30-something people and now they have 90. The whole point is you want to move from point A to point B. Usually it is quite measurable because business multiplier coaches are quite outcome driven. We do want to track progress too, because that is what gives us the fulfillment and that is what gets us the retention. How would you feel if this kind of transformation happens to you?